and stroke survivor, Jerry Wall. And for those of you that are new here, I started doing this show to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, brain injury. Also to provide a platform for all survivors to share their journeys from all across the world, and also bringing on experts in brain health, um, so they can share their knowledge with us. Um, there's a lot to know about the brain, but I just wanted to say, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Let's Talk Stroke, please do. And if there's any questions, please make comments, ask questions, and let's all have a good time. And let's all welcome Daniel. Daniel is a TBI survivor, and he'll be sharing his journey. So let's all welcome him when he gets on here. So any questions, please ask. Don't be shy. All righty. Well, good morning. Look at you, Oggs. I saw you this morning on your show. Good morning, everybody. And Kevin, I appreciate you guys being here. And again, ask questions. And Daniel's, I'm gonna bring him. Okay, have a good time, you guys. But I'll bring Daniel on right now. Don't you love this stuff? Oops.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
How are you doing, Jerry? Very good, sir.
Good to see you. So, wow, I'm glad we made this work. I'm glad and happy that you're able to come on the show and share your long journey.
Yeah, it's been a long one. It started when I was 4.5 and injured, and then all the way up to 9, then 29 is when I had my severe injury, where I fell asleep at the wheel, driving my work truck. I flipped 4 times. Got ejected, and the truck landed on me. During that time, I had Kaiser, which is in Northern California. I was placed in ICU for 4 days for life support. And then I was released to Kaiser for rehab for a month, and then I was released. And then I had a up and down roller coaster of emotions. Anger issues. Why was my truck stolen? Anyways, I wasn't myself. I wasn't myself at all. I mean, I really didn't stand out. Well, I guess I did stand out earlier in life because of my injuries, but I never really talked about it to anyone. I just I'm a kid, you're a kid, just played it off, I never thought of myself as special. And, always helped. I volunteered with the back in the days during the teenage years, Jerry Lewis, Kids MDA, muscular dystrophy, met celebrities over at San Francisco Airport, garlic festivals, zucchini festival in Hayward. They used to be. They're not no more. But they used to have a lot of festivals in the Bay Area. Most of it's on north now, in Pleasanton, things like that. But but I've always helped people, and that's the thing. And then after I got my injury, and then I ended up with a divorce and family breaking up. That was a personal struggle. Was an inpatient at the VA. I'm a veteran. I used my VA after the Kaiser, and got my help. My help, and it was 2 times. Let's see. One time was 2008. Another time was 2017 or somewhere there.
Didn't you have a something that you didn't know about, like when in your childhood? Wasn't there about your TBI? I thought for some reason.
Well, you know what? People would the family would what about him falling on his face when he was 4? What about his head cracking up when he was at the Port Costa? When you were fishing? Well, my dad was a drinker, and he don't drink no more. He's 85 now. And he still works as a security guard.
Wow, good for him.
Well, he's down to 3 days a week and 5-hour days, but he's still working at 85 years old. He's an Air Force veteran. I have a brother that's still in the Air Force. He's chaptering out of an injury. He's an Afghanistan warrior. Let's see what else. My mother was a doctor's answering service operator.
Wow.
And so she used to work with all the doctors in this area for years. Their personalities. She told me about the doctors behind it. It's like mowing their lawn at 10 o'clock at night. There was that one.
Yeah.
But overall, this is what I've done. It was rehabilitation. My focus was rehabilitation, and they had the courses that they offered at, it's called PRRC, which is an acronym for Psychosocial Rehabilitation Recovery Center.
Wow, okay.
I know it's a big word, the military, but it was like a day treatment, and then you got to relearn yourself, and it was in a safe place. Right. You didn't have to go out in the public, and you could work out your differences, your challenges in that classroom. Yeah. They had various topics to talk about, but overall, after the years of spending into this point, after about 3 years, I figured it was repeating itself because I used to religiously write everything down.
Right.
I'm like, I heard this before. Why am I in this class?
Yeah, right. And you've got a couple questions here. Sid is asking, what was your first injury? I don't know if that's a car or...
No, it was a bicycle that my dad took off the training wheels, and I was 4 years old. He's going to hold me. The phone rang. He went to answer it thinking it was my mom. I slid on my face. So during that time that happened, I wasn't speaking now. I lost my ability of speech.
Wow, okay.
So they knew I was unique because I had aphasia or whatever it was, but didn't know in the 70s about this word.
Yeah.
He's mute. Why is he like whatever? And I know one thing. I was placed in oxygen. I stopped breathing. My mother raced me in a Volkswagen bus.
Wow, okay.
Back in 79, or I don't know what the hell it was, but raced me 90 miles an hour to the airport, to the hospital, and a cop pulled her over, and she goes, well, you can follow me to the hospital. And he helped her, right? So I was placed in an oxygen tank, tent, the old days, like the boy in a bubble, I guess. I was just kind of a unique person, I guess, of how many injuries I've had. I went to pass my ASVAB. I passed the high school. I went through challenges in my family childhood adversities. I was kind of a latchkey kid.
Right.
So this is why I show off my cooking abilities, why I know how to cook bacon and, all these grand stuff. And it's kind of I'm not going to eat this regular top ramen. Oh, I don't eat that, but I'm saying, different flavors, different techniques. Yeah. Add this, take away,
Yeah, absolutely. Are you able to drive?
Yes, I have a license. I got my license 5 years after my injury and my severe.
Oh, okay.
There was a thing at the VA. It's called a shuttle cart, go-kart. It picks up the patients in the parking lot and bring them to the front door. And I said to myself, you know what? I need to get away from my roommate where I was because he was on drugs. Okay, so I don't want to be around that. So I'm like, I'm going to volunteer to the VA. And my stepfather put a lot of emphasis of like the VA's bad. I wouldn't go there for treatment. And so I volunteered first before I was originally admitted in 2005. So I volunteered first. I got a volunteer badge, and I'm sitting at the information desk, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm like, when is that clock arm going to move? It was so slow. People would ask for, where's this patient at? And people already on their cell phones already know where they are. Like, they're down this way. They're this way. And I'm like, went to the volunteer office. I'm like, is there something else? Well, get yourself a license and you could drive that thing. I'm like, that's it. I'm going to do it. And so I'm going to gratefully say my cousin is the only one in the family that stepped up. His name's Jimmy. And he goes, you can use my car. And I used his car. I remember my written test. I scored 100 on the written. I missed out of the 20 possible missing on a driving test. I missed 6.
Wow.
But other than that, the whole time during a driving test, he's a Vietnam veteran. He's looking at the report of my driving record or whatever, and it goes, it says you were underneath the truck. Am I hearing this right? And I'm like, yeah. And we're going down the freeway. He's like, I took on a driving test, right? Oh, make a right turn. Oh, okay. And he goes, oh, so what are you? I'm Desert Storm. I'm Vietnam. And we started talking war, stories and laughing like it was like commandeering. There wasn't a driving test no more. So, make a right turn. Oh, man, you're doing great. Yep, the stop sign, all this stuff. So anyways, okay, you passed. Oh, my God. Hell yeah, right? So,
Nice.
my first vehicle was a Ford Explorer 2-door, 94. I bought for $1,800 or something.
Right.
And it was a stick shift. And the thing is, I dated multiple girls, not at the same time, but I was stuck in this thing of fix. I want to help this person.
Yeah.
I don't want them to go through the same thing I went through, and that mindset. And the one thing is, I have a son, or I thought I had a son, or I'm not sure. There was no clarity on this after my injury.
Right.
My son Ryan, I'll still call him my son. I love him very much, and my grandkids. Even if they aren't mine or whatever, I don't know. There was some past history in my marriage that happened. I don't want to discuss it.
Sure. Yeah.
But as for the brain injury, I got into research. The BA core in science with UC Berkeley, UC Davis, and UCSF for neurological brain injuries, strokes, and testing, right? So I'm talking to the other veterans. I'm an inpatient. I'm like, hey, man, it's $25 an hour. I'm going to make money off the rest of my brain. And they'd be like, well, that's a weird way to look at it. I'm like, well, why not? Yeah. If I still have a functional part, I can still work. So this is all the testing was. Yeah, consignment, no experimental medication. Nope. Pass on that. But I want you guys to see the raw again. So I'll be like, no, I don't want no medication to cut Band-Aid this. I want to take these tests. So they were written tests, computer skills tests in a sound room. Did you hear this nowadays? Your hand coordinations and memories of numbers. How many numbers you can memorize up to. And it's like you're competing with yourself each time you go, each time these phases of the test. And they get a reading off you. And I thought it was pretty interesting. It was better than sitting in the house with, whatever's going on in that house. You know?
Absolutely.
Now, I am the first flagship veteran for this program that I was in with that guy. They couldn't join with people, the general public, that were prior drunks or meth addicts or anything, with veteran. I'm the first flagship veteran that was in the program. I worked with a woman. My dad had a 1953 Studebaker. Okay, so this ironically that the secretary, the coordinator, her name was Stacy Studebaker. So I couldn't forget that name, right? Yeah. I couldn't forget that name at all. And so she goes, well, we'll get you in there and boom, boom, boom. Just call me every morning at this time. And I said, okay. And so I got in there and the guy was the typical, oh, everything's beautiful here as I welcome in your apartment. Then it started getting to the point of, I'm a methodic, but I'm diabetic. And I'm going to steal your food. I'm going to steal your food. That's what this guy's doing.
Right.
So I would learn to move a step ahead.
Wow.
Like, so you can steal a box of cereal. No, I'll put it in another cabinet. I'll put it.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So I had to learn a survival with that period. But the program itself, I went in for an inpatient for about 5 months or so. I was there. And anyways, the rehabilitation for a brain injury.
Yeah.
And then I came back, and then he got in an argument with me about food. And anyways, I talked to you about that already. And
so any deficits now?
do I? As you can tell, like a little bit of aphasia. I'm on 20 years now. I'm 20.5. So yeah. So, but I've been underneath the truck. I've been on, cracked my head. I have. Well, here we go. I have no scarring on my head. No surgery. A lot of people are like, I don't believe you. Why you act this way? Why do you figure things out so fast? How is that possible? Why, right? And I'll just show you. I'll just show you how I know.
Exactly. And then Kevin here is asking you, what helped you? What helped you the most during your recovery?
Okay. For those that believe in God, for those that believe in spiritual, all I had said to myself in my own time, behind the building, no one around me, look at the sky and go, you know what, Lord, give me the strength, the courage to make it through this.
Wow.
That's all I would keep on saying to myself. And I could do this. Stop beating yourself up. I was in a point of self-beating me up, negative self-talk over and over again. I can't do that. I can't believe I can't do this anymore. Those kind of comments. And there was actually interjection with the therapist, the psychotherapist, kind of break me off of these things. Right. And I'm thankful for it, okay? They were like, no, you're fine just so you are. Just, you're Daniel, Yeah. I just, it's kind of hard to kind of like pinpoint exactly what really, got me going. It was like, well, I got a job now. I'm volunteering. I got to be there. So I get myself out of bed, like self-motivation. I'm physically able to walk and whatever. But initially at the beginning, I had vertigo. Yeah. My ears. Vertigo, spinning, all this stuff. In the beginning, I was on a walker. I was barely walking. I was leaning when I was walking. Yeah. That was at the Kaiser. I was told by my ex-wife now, or before, and her sister, ex-sister-in-law, that I was outrunning them in a walker down the ward. Like, I don't need this stupid thing. I don't know why you guys don't need a walker. Yeah. And I'm almost falling over. It's the stubbornness in me.
So now look at you. I mean, you move both arms.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I walk everywhere I go. I walk my dog. He's a Jack Russell Italian Greyhound.
Yeah. Wow.
Actually, I think he's sleeping though.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's sleeping, but that's him right there.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So what's your daily, because I know there was a question way back.
Well, like yesterday, I kind of patterned myself one thing accomplished a day. That's all you need to do. Don't beat yourself up. Don't go 7 things and make a list. Oh, I didn't do this and get me all mad. Right. One day at a time, one step at a time.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. One rule: one day, one step at a time.
Wow.
Take a deep breath
Good for you. Wow.
and slow everything down. You
Yeah.
know, you are in control of how you not what's around you, but how you react.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have anger issues because it
Yeah.
didn't happen right then. When they're like, because you're stuck in an impulsive. You want things now. You want this done. You want in your mind. You're thinking this. Then you say it out loud. Then people are not understanding in the house, and they're like, oh, he's a or whatever word they want to use, and um, it's just a lot of misunderstandings. You know, because verbally, a lot of people can't speak what they used to before the injury or the stroke. And any more questions? Feel free, anyone.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, there's a lot of comments.
How do I get on? How do I get on the speak on this app? Yeah, to see the comments.
Can you see?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now. Okay. Okay. I see the name. Okay.
Yeah.
They're all sweet dog and everything.
When you're on the phone,
I see it.
it's a little more difficult to see.
I see it. I see it. No, I see it. I see it now. I have. It's the button in the middle. Okay. It's yes, I can use both arms. Thank you for service and da da da. I'm kind of going through here.
Yeah, no, feel free because it's such a good positive community. You're positive. I mean, you're, yeah.
I know. As like a talk expert, I guess I am. Today here in office, we all.
Yeah, great attitude and very inspirational from Kevin.
But yeah, you know what? I'm starting to get a limelight in a way of kind of like that hidden gem, that diamond in that coal. People don't hear about me, and then when they do, when they run into me, they're like, "How'd you know that? My goodness, what's this? Oh my God!" I'm like, "That's nothing. What are you talking about? That ain't a big deal."
Gary's asking you too, if you can see the bottom question.
Okay. All right. As for Caesars, I used to get experience. They'd be talking to me, someone, and I'd go into a dead stare, and I'd blank out. They call those autonomic Caesars, staring spells. You are blanking out. You're not even there. Wow. You're like, you blank out. You blah 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 blah, and and they snap their finger or something. Oh, Daniel, wake up. Oh, wait, okay. No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Good. No. Good for you. No meds?
No. I'm taking Depakote. I'm taking Beefspar. I used to be originally on 14 different meds. Wow. I had Neurontin, Paxil. I had dextroamphetamine, which was ADHD. Ritalin. That's what that was. What's up?
Try to keep track of those. My goodness.
Yeah, I'm just like
on Depakote. I know that.
Yeah. So right now, I'm currently on Depakote and Beefspar, and that's all I'm on now. And
good for you.
Depakote controls the irritability, the impulsiveness. The Beefspar, sometimes it works for some people. Some people are like, it don't work nothing, right? But if you're drinking a pot of coffee with Beefspar, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah. I was on it, but it made me shake for some reason.
Right. Yeah. See, you gotta have blood work. Everyone that takes meds, they suggest this med. Everyone is not identical. We are not cookie cutters.
Right.
We are like I've already said online. We are similar, but yet original.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Now, what would you tell somebody that's going through? Because, like you said, you were really. I don't want to you're kind of ticked off, pissed off with the world right in the beginning.
Well, yeah, you have like, who stole my truck? Who stole my tools? Go outside and run out there out the door looking for the damn truck.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like ghosts. I used to be kind of fear of the dark, and there was a moment in my life I kind of like felt spiritually like people were watching me, in my backyard. They were like looking at me spiritually. And I go, oh, I know what it is. You guys are jealous. Get away. You're jealous of me. You guys don't need to be haunting me. Go haunt someone else.
This is when the injury happened. Thereafter.
Yeah, this is what's rotten.
Yeah.
When you start seeing spirits in your.
Yeah. Wow. That's real fun.
My son, Ryan, he swam competitively.
Right.
And he's always competing with others. I'm like, no, you're competing with your time. Beat your next time. Beat your next time. You see parents that were out there screaming at the grandstands that their kid didn't come in first. Yeah. I'm like, no. What was their time? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Well, man, you shaved 5 seconds off.
Wow.
And I'm like, why are you getting all mad? Don't jump in the pool with your kid. Okay.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Because your pot belly ain't gonna go faster than your kids. You know what I mean? Like these older parents.
Yeah. This is Ryan.
He looked at the Phelps. All them. He met McCulloch at Liberty High School in Brentwood at the Tabernacles. Terrapins. Sorry, Terrapins.
Wow.
Natalie Copeland, net gold medalist.
Right.
And she went there as a inspiration to the other swimmers there,
right.
To show them techniques and sign T-shirts.
Nice.
And
nice.
I have run into multiple people. The thing about me, you could be around rich people, but I don't care. It's their character. Yeah. You could be around poor people. It's their character. You could be around someone disabled. It's their character. It's their character. It's how they, if someone comes up with a bad vibe toward you, you're going to come in defense. So it's behavior management throughout this.
Right.
I just noticed someone's scared of heights. So I guess you ain't gonna jump out of the Chinook, are you?
Yeah. They've never afraid of heights. Amazing, but Stephen, I can't remember how tall you are, but here.
I'm 6'2", so that's a lot of height. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's good. So so you're telling people that who had a brain had a brain injury, and they're not, how do we get out of that funk, out of that
negative self-talk, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Anyways, I'm all walking around. I was trying to take a picture of me standing up, but I could show it later. But
nice. Wow.
Anyways, I have a selection of a lot of literary books that I go by and read. One magazine I subscribe to is this one.
Right.
It actually says Brain and Life.
Right.
Caregiver advocacy.
Nice.
Now, this one really helped me. Trauma and recovery.
Wow. Looks like you've read that quite a bit.
Yes, I have. Yeah, that's a book. I've read that. Then one of the most famous ones that written by a BA doctor was The Body Keeps Score.
Right.
And I even went down and purchased this, The Mind and Body Workbook for PTSD.
Wow.
Um, so, I mean, it's kind of like I joined the American Brain Injury Association, but they're based in Washington. I want to get like out there and talk to other fellow veterans and as well as TBIs, PTSD.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a big.
as for it's all about management of behavior. That's where people get in trouble. Is when their anger comes out, frustration show up, but they can't verbally say it. So it's either they're quiet or they go into fits.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
but
sounds like you've got a handle on it. That you've really.
Well, 20 years, you just have to deal with it. It's part of your life, and it's challenging. I've had arguments. I've had anger issues, crying. I've been knocked down, knocked back up, lost items, my personal belongings, got back up, or built back up. No matter what, whatever was taken from me, I always built back up. I always like, I lost all my possessions in a circumstance. Okay, well, I'll start back over. And it would take time, and I'd get back there. And the only thing is I'm missing a lot of pictures of my mom. I'm missing a picture of high school graduation yearbook, who, ironically, I was going to school with Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day. And Metallica, Slayer, all them used to play in Richmond down the Wildcat Canyon in Richmond.
Yeah.
I was told when they're younger, don't go down there. They're playing,
Yeah, me too.
So I never went down there. But
rough area at that time.
Well, not really rough. It was mostly rockers, headbangers, and drugs. That was the reason. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wow.
But Kirk Hammond and all those guys went El Cerrito High. Metallica started El Cerrito, pick and pack. So.
Like you.
I'm in from San Francisco Bay Area.
There you go, Marina.
Marina, I'm in San Francisco Bay Area, city of Richmond, San Pablo, Richmond, Pinole, area.
Absolutely, yeah. Know the area very well. But
the thing is like I've worked the Bay Area, and people could tell me an off-ramp name. I know where that is. I know where that exit is. I know on 101 you go this way. If I wanted to, I'd get on a San Francisco tour bus and be a talker if I wanted to be.
Yeah.
It'd be like, over on this side.
Wow. So what was I gonna say? Were you there during? Because I was on the beach in 1989 when the earthquake.
I was outside. I just stepped down the stairwell of my friend's house in Richmond. I'm looking down the street. It's a straight way. All the way from west to east is the street.
Yeah.
And where I lived off of. And the whole ground was doing this. It was coming at me like this. Telephone poles going this. And the telephone wire jump roping in the air. And I'm like, oh my God. And then tell everyone to get out of the house. I'm all screaming back at my friend's house.
Did you feel sick? Did you feel sick? Because I was on the beach.
I felt it. Yeah.
That was tough. I mean.
Yeah, it was like, I remember riding it. I'm like, well, I better ride it out like a surfboard. I'm sorry. I don't know what
that was crazy times then.
But it was, they built everything on clay.
Yeah.
The reason why the Marina District in San Francisco burned on fire was because it's built on clay. The foundations of everything is floating on water, basically, basis of clay, right? Clay is not structurally sound like granite, and that's why the house is built. Now, the Sunset District, I was talking to them. They were like, yeah, we're looking to go to the park, and you can't see over the hills to the downtown.
Right.
You see the big old glow over the hill. They thought the whole city burned down, and they were the only ones surviving.
Yeah. Right. Tough time then. I just couldn't believe that. How the Bay Bridge collapsed, or wasn't it? Yeah, I believe so.
Yes, it was a one section on the lower deck or the upper deck on the old bridge. Yeah, they got a new one now. They built the new one.
Yep. Absolutely. Wow.
Now, I used to work with some people, and I met pile drivers. The old pile drivers that would put the sticks inside the bridge. I ran into those guys, a whole crew of pile drivers.
Wow.
Yeah, union pile drivers. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
I worked on Safeway stores. I worked on all the commercial stores of the Lucky's, Albertsons, Starbucks, leaks, repairs on the plumbing. Everyone always standing up on the toilets, man. They shatter them.
Yeah.
You get tourists that stand up on toilets, they shatter them. $400 or $500 for the store. That's like, I was just like,
are you working now?
No, I want to get a job.
Yeah.
I have my license. I'm actually knowledgeable about. I was homeless. Okay.
Right.
I'm in Berkeley. I go down to the store to the coffee shop. I'm not out of money. I'm like, hey, do you got any work here? So I can get a cup of coffee, large coffee, and a pastry. He goes, well, I have this pipe. I can't figure it out. And I'm like, well, okay. It was just a waste arm. So I'm like, okay, you got a pipe wrench or something? He goes, yeah. So while he's talking to me about his story, how he started this restaurant or this coffee shop, and how they're having jazz on the weekends and stuff like that. And I'm already done. I'm filling up the sink. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for my coffee now. Because I put towels underneath and checked for leaks. It's done. And it probably took me not even 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, somewhere at that.
Wow. Good for you.
But I look at the root of things, and that's the secret. If you look at the cause of a situation rather than what is happening right now, it slows your anger down, because then you get the whole story.
Yeah.
Instead of jumping conclusions.
Yeah.
And I guess litigating with some family members, the political or whatever you want to go into, you have to look at the root of the issue before you get into the discussion of the whole after effect.
Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow. Man. Wow. Any other last things you want to?
I want to just say, never give up. I know depression's real hard. The world seems like it's going to end, but you're not going to end. You're going to keep on going, because the thing is, if you survive the worst of the worst, as your mind says, then how can you sit there and continue that worst of worst when you already are going to prevent yourself from going that worse?
Right. Absolutely.
I know that was a tongue twister.
No, I understand. Wow. Good for you, man. You really have. Yep. You got a lot of fans out here.
I do, huh? Wow. Richmond, Virginia, huh? Oh, there's someone from Richmond, Mamos. Marina Mamos is in Richmond, Virginia, huh?
Yep.
And
your sister.
Huh?
You have a sister?
Oh, my sister. Yes. That's my sister, Sherry Love. Yes. Hi, Sherry.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. That's your brother. Yeah. Such a positive man.
Yeah, she's a brain injury survivor from a domestic violence. Back of her head was cracked open.
Yeah.
She is working right now. She had a pill bottle company over in right now in Tennessee.
Oh.
They ship all the pill bottles and millions of boxes, as she says. I don't know. It's hi, Sherry.
Hopping in here, love it. But
yeah,
this is good. And Stephen, Dayton, Ohio. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, shoot.
Hey, but as long as it's not a Rocky Horror Picture Show where the Dayton, Texas, or something like this, and finding that couple getting married. No, I'm joking.
That's funny. Oh,
I
my
know I
God.
got a funny humor,
Yeah, it's
but
great. Keeps you positive. Love it.
but overall, it just never give up. Just keep going, one step at a time.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. Learning breathing exercises
Right.
to just
Yes.
and
Good.
calming. Yeah, I was talking a little fast. Maybe I need to do that. Anyways,
Yeah. Job. World chaos.
yeah, it's just I'm not sure what to say now.
No, that's good. I know your brother-in-law is saying hi too.
Huh? Laugh or cry. I'm done crying. Yeah, I understand that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sherry's saying, yes, it's a job and we're okay. Your brother-in-law said hi too.
Okay.
All
All right, Sherry. Yeah, we'll talk later, Sherry.
Sounds good. Sounds good, Sherry. Thanks for.
But she was actually. I went to Chico with her to a support group up there. It's Brain Injury Coalition
Okay.
in
Wow.
Chico, right where the university is. There's a
I
center
know.
area.
My daughter
Oh,
went
okay.
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had a daughter
Yeah,
went
that whole court area is really cool there. Yeah, they have a lot of functions, festivals, bands going. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rockin' town, man.
Yeah. One
In
time.
the middle of sticks. In the middle of sticks, basically.
Yeah. Exactly. Totally understand that. In Berkeley, but I had family go to Berkeley, all the places out there near.
Yeah.
But
yeah. This is actually, I'm just going to say, this is the weather right now. I'm going to go ahead and show my view from my balcony here of the bay and the houses. Here's the outdoor. So
there it is. Yep. Look at the typical marine layer, right?
Yeah, that's the marine. That's the bay right there, San Pablo Bay.
Yep. Nice.
That's Vallejo over there.
Yeah.
That's Marin County over there. And yep.
Nice. Love it.
So
Well,
my lounge chairs.
there you are. Good for you.
Yeah.
You gotta sit there and relax outside in the weather and maybe take deep breaths out there.
So I am pretty creative. I come up with a lot of ideas. I've come up with show ideas. I've come up with movie ideas. I've come up with drawing. I can draw, what do they call it? Ambidextrously. I can write my name in cursive block letters backwards.
Wow.
I can, I really don't know where it comes from. It just happens.
Wow.
Like I made signs for people, and because I'm not part of the union of SAG, which is movie productions, I need to get on board so I can get paid.
Yeah.
Because a lot of ideas, songs, and things like this, words for certain songs and Christian songs and whatever. I've had a part of it, but I never got paid for it. But one day it's going to happen.
Yeah.
The song Thunder?
Yeah.
Imagine Dragons?
Yeah.
Haven. Haven is songs.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you run through tragic stuff, so why not write a song?
Yeah.
Are you doing anything in your bed? Well, no.
Wow.
Most of it's journals. This is one thing I'm going to say. If you can't remember things you write down, write it in a rhyme. Write it as a catchphrase to yourself to remember something.
Wow.
That's a technique I thought about. Wow. It's like, I don't know.
Wow.
like a poem to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like uh,
Wow.
and my journal is full of like poem of the thoughts of this rhyming, whatever. But I thought about this. Not everyone's able to do this, but once you find out the key way to get memory to lock in you is repetition on my part.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I would subconsciously repeat 3 times in my mind, and then it becomes habit. But I'm not talking out loud. But
It works for you.
but whatever works. A lot of people can't retain that long-term memory locking in that mechanism. But you got to give and take yourself, and not beat yourself up.
Yeah. I know that's tough.
Be patient with yourself,
Right.
and just strive what you can do right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, Daniel, I appreciate you being on.
Yeah, pleasure. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody making comments and asking questions. So
Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you guys for being here. And Daniel, definitely let's stay in touch. And I appreciate
Definitely.
it.
Yes.
But
Yeah. Let me know about any time in the future.
absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
But overall, today's a beautiful day. It's sunny here. It looks like it's sunny there. So
Yeah. Oh, it's
yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be 70 degrees here.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
70. Okay, yeah. You got a little more than me. Yeah, we're in our 50s. We're in our 50s.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, you take care, and everybody take care. And
all right. Well, God bless you guys and everyone. Keep on going. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just think forward. Think positive.
Yeah, will do. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
All right. God bless you guys. Bye.
God